2025 Port Orchard FC Open tryouts are underway, and we're with the first player that we announced this season as returning to POFC, Kolby Juarez. Hi, Kolby.
Hi, how you doing?
How's it going down at the Evergreen State College these days for you?
It's not bad. We had a decent season. Could have been better, of course, but I mean, we move on, right? I'm glad to be back, excited for the summer, and then back there in the fall, so yeah.
Tell me about being a student. What does it look like for you on a daily basis? And also you're coming into spring practice too. So, but first the part about being a student. What's that been like?
Yeah, so it's very simple. It's very different than a normal school. We don't have grades, so no letter grades, which is very different. It's all credit based. I have classes 3 days a week. They were all online, so it was in the afternoon-ish. But yeah, very simple. It's very hands-on, a lot of seminar work, a lot of talking and stuff. So it's very proactive and yeah, attendance-based really. So it's very different, but I like it. It's fun.
So I know a lot of people think, oh, you play soccer in the fall and then you're done for the year. But actually, all schools or most of them do a spring thing. So what does that look like for the Gooey Ducks?
Yeah, so we play Bellevue College, St. Martin's, and I believe Peninsula College. I myself won't be playing. I'm currently coaching up at Bainbridge Island, or Bainbridge High School, should I say, as a JV coach up there. So I decided to just focus on academics and coach so I can grow off the field so I can be better on the field. Yeah, just stuff like that.
That was going to be one of my questions coming up because I've seen you share a lot of Bainbridge Island stuff, and I was scratching my head a little bit about there must be a connection.
Yeah.
And now you've solved it for me. You're the JV coach for the Bainbridge High School Spartans.
I am, yes.
And so that means you're working with former POFC assistant coach Mark Nowak.
Yes.
Novak.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about that because I know the varsity is rolling over people. Is JV having a good time too?
It's great. I mean, they're all technically sound. They're all from the island, obviously. They play for Bainbridge Island Soccer Club. So their connection and everything is so clean and great to have. What I found, it's all psychologically based, right? So it's kind of my field. It's kind of the thing I want to build on. So it's really just making sure they're in the right mindset, prepared correctly for games, and just creating good habits for the guys because we just want to really make it like a college environment, make it a lot cleaner so they can be better off the field, so they're good on the field, and just developing them and just showing what it's like.
With the setup there and the varsity team doing so well, are there guys that have kind of been sharing, going up and down?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of it is mental. It's week to week. It's day to day, really. I mean, we have so much depth. It's just great. So I have a couple guys that are swinging up and down. It's a lot of mental stuff for them, but I mean, they're reacting amazingly and they're doing the right things and really getting better. And the progression we've had from day one to now is just like none other. It's been great.
So you and Mark communicate about who's having a good week and who might feel like they could play up?
Yeah. Every day. Okay. We're always talking about it. Our decisions always come up maybe the day of. Like, we never really know. It's just week to week, day by day, just taking it game by game, practice by practice, stuff like that.
And that approach you mentioned earlier, some people might not know you're a major at the Evergreen State College, and let them know about your hopes there.
Yeah, so really at Evergreen there's no majors. It's very different, liberal arts and everything like that. But
concentration, emphasis?
Exactly. So I want to work in the sports psychology field. So it's a lot of mental stuff, just kind of how I developed as a player and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm taking a class this quarter where it's all sports psychology based. So it's like it's a contract, and it's a lot of hands-on journaling, really creating my own experience. And yeah, I'm very excited. Pretty much get to talk about my work, so it's kind of
I mean, what a perfect chance to use what you're doing at Bainbridge High School right at the same time as you're taking it, taking those courses. You can turn right around that same minute practically and apply it to what you're doing. So you have as good of a grasp on Port Orchard Football Club as anyone, because I remember way back in 2023, it seems like a long time ago,
I know,
when we introduced you at the Bremerton Indoor Center as our first recruit from Central Kitsap and kind of the first young Kitsap guy that we signed. We had already introduced Sam, and was our first player, but you were kind of the first Kitsap guy.
Yeah.
So now here we are going into our third season. Help me look back a little bit. What's changed in Kitsap County and with POFC? Are we growing like we're supposed to?
Yeah. I mean, for sure. I mean, there's just so much development. Like, I've always known that this area is a little special. Like, it's just great to be around, and it's just kind of going back to the Kitsap Puma days where kids are wanting to grow because of who's playing in front of them. So to be able to win CPL2 was amazing. We had a great group, and then the next year go on to the finals and have a great season with our CPL1 team. Like, that was the development, and just that 1 year was phenomenal. And I felt like I was able to prepare and develop myself so I can go to Evergreen and have a good season, in my opinion.
Yeah, the 2023 and 2024 were very different years for POFC. One dominant, and the other really a kind of a defensive failure over multiple matches where we gave up lots of goals.
Yeah.
And yet, there it is, the end of July, and there we are in another final. And so it was, you just don't know how you're going to get there, but the end result is still high quality.
Yeah.
Including how we got there, which we have to talk about that a little bit. How many times have you watched your game-winning free kick follow-up goal against Crossfire in last year's playoffs? Maybe once, twice?
Too many times to count, really. I've watched every single game probably 3 or 4 times. I just love watching myself play. I like watching I just like watching teams that I've played for and games I've played in. So it's just enjoyable to look back to. I'm glad that it happened the way it did. Unfortunately, we lost in the final, but just the way it goes, we can't win every game. But yeah, it was just looking back on it, it's always phenomenal to see and just show people. And but yeah, it's just definitely a highlight of who I am.
So in 2023, you were a newbie, and there were guys a lot older than you. And here it is, 2025, and really, you're going to be the cornerstone leader type guy of our midfield. And tell me what you're thinking about. How are you going to use your skills to make things better for POFC this season?
Yeah, my goal is to really change our just mentality. I felt like we were always attacking minded, and that's great. Like, it's always great to go score goals, but at the same time, we conceded way too many goals. I just don't think the way we communicated with each other was good enough, and our reactions were good enough. So I'm hoping to bring a certain type of energy to kind of shift that and really make sure we're just a dominant team. Like what I tell my boys at high school, pure domination is what we want, right? If that's on the ball, off the field, on the field, all that type of stuff matters, and the way you treat the game is, like, if you treat it good, the game will reward you. So that's kind of what I'm looking to go for.
And do you see yourself then as being a central mid, holding mid, attacking mid? I mean, what leeway do you give yourself from box to box?
Yeah, I mean, as I developed through college, it's always different on every single team. Like, Pat loves me as a 6, which is great. That's what I played at high school. At college, I'm playing a 10, right? So it's very, very different things, but at the end of the day, I love being a box-to-box midfielder, being up and down the field. I love the defensive work rate, and I love going to score a goal and going to the corner. So I love just being in the midfield and doing my thing, no matter where it is.
Well, it's great catching up with you, Kolby, and thanks for the visit. We'll look forward to seeing what happens with the Evergreen State College Gooey Ducks in the spring, and especially when you're back with us and we get ready for Season 3 at PO.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks a lot.